What's happening, kinfolk? Welcome back to the channel, Knuckles TV. Knuckles coming at you. Today, we're doing something in the garage, man, because, let me show you. That's why. Raining its ass, oh shit, raining its ass off. Let me shut that. Oh, it's like a tornado out there, boys. Holy hell. Oh, goodness gracious. I just got all wet, man. So today we're going to do, all right, I had to let the garage shut. Today we're going to do a little work on the inside the garage.
We got hail.
Man, is it?
It's bad, big hail.
There's hail out there.
Take
Can you see it in the back?
Right?
We just opened it. Let's look, see if we can see it. Open it again. It's hard. Look, Bubba, look at the car right there. You see it?
Oh, yeah.
Hot dang.
How we got hail and it's hot?
I don't know. Yeah. Today, man, we are going to work on this LED whip. Let's get started. Alright, kinfolk, so this here is a Safeglo whip at safeglowwhips.com, right? So, funny story about this one. We were out mudding and with the brother-in-law, and we come across this water crossing, and I ended up seeing something. It was probably about this much sticking out of the water, floating like this in front of us. I was like, what the hell is that? So I get out of the buggy and I jump in the water and I walk over there and I pulled on it and bam, found the whole damn LED whip. So I was like, well shit, I'm gonna keep it. So we grabbed it, man, we brought it home and cleaned it all off. It's red, not the color that we would have chose, but it's free. So the problem that we had though is the connecting part down here that actually supposed to connect to your buggy or four-wheeler or whatever was broke off inside here. It was broken. So I couldn't use that. So what I ended up doing is I tore this thing apart. All I had to do is take these, there's two screws, one here and then one on the opposite side as well. So I took those out and I pull this out, and this is your LED. So I took this off. The part that was broken, I had to cut the wires to cut it off of there. So I cut those off, and we're gonna connect to these today to make it work, because I've already tested it. It works. And so the LED, all it does is shine up through this tube, man, and it lights up the whole tube. So my plan is to use this wiring. We're gonna solder these wires to this, and then in another video I'll do the install, but I'm gonna have to make a bracket, weld it to the buggy, and then make it a quick disconnect. That way I can take the light off and on. And then we're going to hook it up to this switch. So today what we're going to use, man, is our soldering gun. Thanks to my son. It's his work shit. And solder, and then of course I had to use a little screwdriver to get these screws out. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, folks. So the first thing I did, man, is I stripped these wires, and they're really thin wires, so you got to be real careful when you're stripping thin wires. Look how thin that is. So we stripped them, and then I went ahead and staggered them as well, because they have to fit back through this hole here. I don't know if you can see that. See it?
Kind of.
So you got to fit it through that hole, and then it's going to come out the bottom here. So we are, I went ahead and staggered them, and then we'll be able to push the wire through the hole. And I had to find small enough wires, man, because the problem I was running into was two wires were not going to fit back down through this hole here if they were too thick, right? So it wouldn't fit in there. So I finally found small enough wire to get it done. So, oh, most important thing, I bought some heat shrink to shrink around the soldering. You got to put that on first before we solder, or else we'll be screwed. So I'll be right back. Alright, folks, so what I did is, I thought I had small enough shrink wrap, but this is a 1/4 inch, and it's still way too big. So what I'm going to do, because they're staggered, I'll be able to solder them. And then I'll put a little bit of electrical tape here and there, and then I'll shrink both of them together. But I'm going to have to get a longer piece. So I'll get a longer piece to where I can do the heat shrink on both. And even if they do, I mean, they're staggered, so they're not going to touch anyway, so it should be okay. So let me cut a longer piece and then we'll do that. Alright, here we go. Alright, kinfolk, probably wasn't the cleanest soldering job, but I think I got her done. So now what I'm gonna do, I gotta make sure that these wires are gonna sit. I have to make sure this is gonna pass back through. So shrink wrap. I taped them up already. That should pass up through there, eh? And then pass through that hole. Yeah, I think we'll be good. Alright, got our heat gun plugged up. Let's see if I can shrink this shit. Remember, I gotta get it small enough, pass through that hole. So hopefully this ain't too thick. What do you think, Babushka?
I think it'll work.
Small enough?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's try, eh? Before I pass all that in there. Got my little spare battery. Bam, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's see if we can get it in that hole. Oh, there she goes. Pass this back. This covers the control board. This has to, so it has to go there. Okay, so let's see if it's gonna fit in the whip. Because this just drops in here. Gotta make sure I don't pinch my wires. Put the screws back in. So these little bitty mamma jammas here. One there. on there. Slide our little rubber cover back over it. As you can tell, I had to tear that shit up in order to tear it apart. So I'll probably just wrap it with the electrical tape. Try to get it nice and covered up again. Right there. Ready for the main test, babushka?
Mm-hmm.
Let's turn that light off, bruh. Oh wait, I can't see yet. Hang on a second. Okay. Alright, so this is what it's gonna look like when we lit up at night. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, give her a go. Ooh, snap-a-doodles. It looks pretty dope.
Yeah. Looks good.
Alright. Cool. Let's see how it lights the tube up right there. That center tube. I guess it just glows through there. Right? So it's not actual LEDs inside the tube. I looked on their website, man, and I don't know. I don't remember exactly how much these were, but I think it was like 80 bucks, 70, 80 bucks for a single one like this, a single color. So I'm not sure what the ones with the actual LEDs inside run, but they're pretty expensive, man. So I was pretty stoked when we found this one. I don't have to buy one. So now I just gotta put these back on. And like I said, what I'm gonna do is I'll weld a mount. I'll weld a mount on the back of the buggy to where this can mount to it, and then once I mount it to it, probably be down on the bumper because I don't want it sticking up really high. Once we mount it to it, then I'll have to do some kind of quick disconnects somewhere in here, because once I take it back to storage and store it in storage, I can't have it too tall or else it won't fit in. So I'll have to be able to take this on and off. So I'll do some kind of quick disconnects somewhere in here, and that way I can take it off and on, and then we're going to hook it up to this toggle switch right here. So, you know, just a 3-prong toggle switch, and we'll hook it up to that, so that way I can turn it off and on, and it's not just on all the time. So yeah, man, like I said, I thought that was pretty cool. Found it down in the mud, so and made it work. So that's pretty sweet. Like I said, I'll wrap this up with some tape, electrical tape, man, just to make sure, you know, water and mud and shit don't get in there. And then I'll probably wrap this up down here too, so it doesn't get on the inside, because it's got a hole, you know, the hole we just fed through. So I'll probably tape all that up so it doesn't get in there, or maybe even put silicone. I could probably even put silicone in there, and that way it'll keep it sealed. That's a better idea, right, Bubba?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we'll use my son's handy dandy Lincoln electric welder to weld a bracket, like I said, to the back of probably the back of the bumper is where I'll install that. So there you go. Basically how to rebuild a Safeglo whip, LED whip. So that's it, man. Haven't been able to get out on the old road glide. Been raining, quarantine and stuff. So I hope these videos, man, you're enjoying them. I hope it helps you pass the time by. And yeah, so I hope y'all subscribe to the channel, man. I'm already over 1,100 subscribers, so that's amazing. Thank y'all so much. Oh, and I'm wearing my Dixon party shirt, because who doesn't like to party? You know what I'm saying? It's 10:30, so I should be drinking a beer already, but, you know, I haven't started yet, but I will start in a minute. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Share the video. Share my channel, man. I'd really appreciate it. And, yeah, because as of right now, this is the only way I'm making money. Very, very, very little money, but I'm making some money, so thank y'all so much. But yeah, until next time, man. Much love, much respect. Knuckles out.